We are now joined in the broadcast booth by a legend in the SWAC, former Southern head coach Roger Cador. Of course, 33 seasons with Southern, over 900 wins, 14 SWAC championships, and 11 NCAA regional appearances. And of course, one of the new members on the selection committee for the HBCU Swingman Classic. We are blessed to be joined by an HBCU icon in the baseball world, and Roger Cador. Welcome up here in the booth with us. How are you doing today?
I don't know if I can live up to all what you just said. Maybe I should leave now while I'm ahead.
No, please don't leave. Please don't leave. We need you up here. You got so many great stories and so much great things to share with us here. First things first, let's talk a little bit about the Swingman Classic. This is such a huge showcase for players and then also for people around the game. For me, it encouraged me to want to work in HBCU baseball in the HBCU Swingman Classic. And now you're on that committee. You get to pick and choose. So what are some of the things that you look for when you're watching these players, for example, between Alabama State and Grambling State? What are some of the things you look for in your evaluations?
Well, you know, Tony Reagan have given us a blueprint of what he'd like to have happen with the players to play in the league in this particular game. So what we do is we look at for players who have skills, can run, can throw, can hit, can catch, have good baseball instinct, a good knowledge of the game, and that will represent the Swingman Classic in a way that we all want to see happen.
Yeah, and we're going to take a look at what the Swingman Classic is all about here in a few moments. But now pitch is outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes as Cameron Douglas leads things off. We're joined by Roger Cador at Southern, and we saw Southern play their first matchup against Jackson State. Do you have a little preview for how Southern's supposed to look this upcoming season? As there's a ball that's absolutely blasted way over to left center field, and forget about it, it's a home run for Cameron Douglas.
I tell you, he hit that one pretty good. It had the sound you listen for.
Yeah, he had the bat flip as well with it as well, too. That ties up the game with a bit of an exclamation point for the Hornets.
Well, Coach, we got to watch this flip again, because when you hit a ball like this, nowadays the young boys are flipping the bat when they know they got it. And it's not easy to know you got one here. With that backspin, that ball just kept going. What a swing from him.
Exactly. And, you know, listen, I'm a big proponent of kids having fun, adding some excitement to the game. Basketball, the players do a whole lot of stuff. And why not let these young people do the same thing?
Right, right.
You know, and it's all, they're not showing them up. I always say to the pitchers, if you don't want them to hit it, get them out.
I know that's right. For you, over the years, what have you seen with HBCU baseball as far as the talent continuing to rise? I think that's something that I recognize, but also guys understanding the game as well is a priority too.
Yeah, you know, let's face it, that when it comes to historical black schools in baseball, some of the talent level have dropped off a little because we've lost those kids to football, basketball, soccer, violence, a lot of things we're losing them to. When I was coaching, we were fortunate to get some of those kids, and we really had some good kids. So coaches got to fight a little harder today to get them. And listen, travel ball has hurt more than anything. And people say, wow, they're playing. I say, yeah, but what happens? Only the boys or parents who got the money can pay someone for their kids to play.
That's tough.
And those coaches will play kids who pay. And they don't deserve to play, but they're paying, so they play, and the parents think that they're good. So it creates problem for the coach who's trying to coach them at the college level. And it creates problems for the players who thinks he's better than what he really is.
Well, Coach Cador, one way that MLB has been able to combat that a little bit is with some of the programs that they have done that have been for nothing. It's been free 99. The program, for example, brings in many talented players, many of which are black students and black kids that are looking to play baseball and giving them an opportunity. So in your opinion, how valuable is that to be able to continue building up those numbers of young black men interested in baseball?
Yeah, you see where everything else dropped off, MLB stepped in and picked it up and have given so many young people an opportunity to play and get the free teaching and clinic that they provide for these kids. And I think it's so wonderful because now, if I can have a guy who played 10 years in the big league teach me, I want to listen and learn, you know what I'm saying? And it's so much better than a travel ball coach who have probably very little experience.
Well, Coach, we're happy to have you still on us in the air. We're going to take a short break here for a pitching change, but when we come back, we are joined in the booth, of course, by Roger Cador. We're all tied up now at the Andre Dawson Classic. 5 apiece between the Tigers and Hornets as we got a new pitcher on the mound. It's Peyton Allen. And one of Coach Davenpierre's favorite players, I remember yesterday when we were having our pregame interview with Coach Pierre, and he brought over Peyton over. He's like, this is my guy. You should see him on the basketball court. He knows how to compete. So he's going to be out there on the mound competing against this Alabama State squad, inheriting multiple runners. And, of course, we're not alone in the booth. Of course, my color commentator, Xavier Scruggs. My name is Sedric Granger. And, of course, we got coaching legend for Southern, Roger Cador, here with us. And I think Alabama State fans, they'd be happy if you stayed in the booth more because they've been absolutely raking since you've got up here. And Grambling State fans, you said, oh, they might want to snag you away from this booth.
That's a pretty good butt there. But a good play by Allen, the pitcher, getting over there, making a good pick up and turn and throw.
Hey, Coach, don't be trying to take my job now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's not bad at that play-by-play.
Hey,
He jumped right on it.
Something came back in. It hit me. I'm sorry.
He just got that instinct right there.
Oh, he's right. Check out Allen bouncing off of the mound, doing a great job of staying composed and a good throw over to third base. That athleticism is important, being able to bounce off the mound.
Exactly what Coach Pierre said. He had a lot of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Coach, for you, what was kind of your messaging to these young men throughout the course of the years of your coaching? What was important for you to get across to them as baseball players, but also as young men?
Well, the first thing, we had to be gentlemen. We had to be good people, try to do the things right that our parents worked so hard at teaching us. Mm-hmm. We wanted them to continue that. And, you know, we wanted them to work hard at that trade to make sure that they could improve, because life is loaded with challenges, and baseball provide the right venue where you're going to fail 7 out of 10 times to be successful. So if you don't quit, you got a chance to make it in life.
So another runner aboard, this time Allen not able to bring that one down, and that loads up the bases. Coach Cador, one of the coolest stories I got when reading a little bit about your profile was the scrimmage that your Southern team had when you were first starting off your career as a coach for Southern. You had a scrimmage against a Dusty Baker-led Braves team. So just tell me a little bit about that story and how that even came about.
Well, you know, just we got together and did some things. We wanted to try and give our kids a new experience. And we got the experience. It's a good play by the third baseman.
Yeah, it prevents multiple runs from scoring, but one run does come in to score as Alabama State, a team that trailed at one point in this game 5-1, now has the lead 6-5 here in the top of the 5th.
And the thing is, young people want to have the experience playing against people who are older than them, in particular professional. Right. So that was a great opportunity for them. And Dusty Baker has been a great friend of mine. When I first started, he helped me with equipment when we didn't have any. Just so many things he did for me. And because it goes back for 50-some years, we've been very good friends.
Right, right. The equipment aspect, I know that's something that obviously early on with your teams, you were able to figure some things out, and it didn't start good early on, and that's kind of been, you know, an issue at times. How were you able to get past those obstacles and figure out ways to help these young players with resources?
Not being afraid to ask. See, the biggest obstacle for people is that they don't want to be told no. And I had no problem being told no, so I asked everybody. Everything I did, I had to ask some people never met before, ask them for help, and they delivered. And I learned something from them. All you got to do is ask. You'll never know what you're going to get.
Never know.
I built a field by asking for help, you know.
Let that be known for any coaches that are building up their programs, no matter what the level may be, high school or college. Just ask. You never know. You never know what could happen. Thank you so much, Roger, for joining us up here in the broadcast booth. You just heard from Roger Cador, legendary coach at Southern. Grambling State trailing Alabama State 6-5 here at the Andre Dawson Classic.
You know I reheat this, baby, then eat.